All right, time for Mind Your Language with none other than Willis, the word master. Willis, how are you this evening? I'm not too far away from Kisumu County. We are in Bungoma County.
Betty, I've seen you in Bungoma County, and things look good right there. Kisumu is somehow hot for tonight, but not very bad. Otherwise, how have you been?
I'm great. Thank you so much, Willis, for asking. All right, so how about we start with our word on the street? How about we get straight into it?
Digits. Digits.
Fagitis. Fagitis. Yeah. Fagitis.
Pharyngitis. Pharyngitis. Pharyngitis.
Pharyngitis. Pharyngitis. Pharyngitis.
Pharyngitis. Pharyngitis.
Digits. Digits.
Well, Betty, I hope you've caught that.
Interesting pronunciations, Willis.
Yes.
But what's the correct one?
Well, Betty, we say pharyngitis. Pharyngitis.
Okay.
We don't say pharyngitis. I've had something a bit funny, but sometimes English can be a bit tricky or frustrating when it comes to pronunciations, but it's a matter of trying. So we say pharyngitis, not pharyngitis, not pharyngitis,
Yes.
and all that. Remember, we also say laryngitis, laryngitis, and meningitis, not meningitis.
Okay. Okay. Meningitis. Got it,
Yes.
Willis. All right, so take us through the other words, Willis. What do you have up your sleeves?
Oh, so you've handed over to me from Kisumu so that I take our dear viewers through what we have for them tonight?
Yes, Willis.
Okay, Betty. Now, I'll start with the first word. The first word, and today I have then to display the words because of the technical, hitches here and there. So
Yes.
this word we say resource, but you can also say resource. So, source and source are acceptable. Resource and resource. And then when we talk about support or protection of somebody or an organization, Betty, we have this word which is very tricky. That is A-E-G-I-S. You say aegis, aegis. Under the aegis of so and so or such an organization, aegis. And our next word, Betty, is also tricky, and many people would pronounce it in different ways. That is O-L-I-G-A-R-C-H-Y. You say oligarchy. Oligarchy.
Okay.
We also have oligarch,
Not oligarchy.
but we say oligarchy. What we should avoid is oligarchy, oligarchy. You say oligarchy, oligarchy.
Oligarchy.
And then we also have a word. Betty, you must have heard many people talking of dynasty. Dynasty. Some may even say dynasty before they are told which way to pronounce such a word. We say dynasty, dynasty. Then when things or something like maybe a vehicle or a truck, I know it is a surprise, Betty, that is dynasty, but I'm now talking about K-A-P-U-T, when something is not, in correct, order and all that. We say kaput, kaput. The car is kaput, not kapat, kaput. It's an informal word and a bit tricky. Don't say kapat, The car is kaput, Betty.
Aye.
Then we have the
Okay.
other word that is impetus. Many people say impetus because of that letter E. But letter E takes
Yes.
the short or pure vowel sound E. Impetus.
E.
Impetus. That must be
impetus.
a surprise, Betty, not impetus.
Yes, that is-
the way we commonly say
Yes.
locally. And when we talk of recovering, that is to recover, like somebody is sick, maybe
Yeah.
admitted in hospital. In fact, this word is also sometimes tricky, and we say recuperate, recuperate. But you can also say cue, recuperate. So those are alternative
recuperate.
pronunciations. Recuperate
Okay.
and recuperate. Sometimes some of these
Recuperate.
words, somebody tells you, this is the way to say it, and don't say this, and sometimes we may not be aware of the alternative pronunciation of certain English words. Then, Betty, we have a word which, is disturbing one of the very, ardent fans of Friday Briefing, and especially pronunciations. This is John Bunei of Thika. He is asking how to pronounce this word. One thing that you should be aware of is we have a primary stress on the second syllable. You say mellifluous, mellifluous, not mellifluous.
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 Yeah.
Mellifluous.
Okay.
So John Bunei of Thika and all those who love good or acceptable pronunciations, you should remember that. Then we have John Ondiech. You say goat, goat, G-O-A-T, goat. Don't say got. Got
Goat.
is G-O-T. The past tense of get is got, G-O-T. But
Yeah.
G-O-A-T, that is the animal, you say goat,
Yeah.
goat. Then
Goat.
Sami Mwada, you say indefatigable, indefatigable. Don't say indefatigable. Indefatigable, indefatigable with that stress. So Sami Mwada should get that. Lucy Ndigide, you say flour, flour. Unga, flour, F-L-O-U-R, flour. Don't say flour or flour as commonly said locally. Then Eddie Mokola, say brochure, brochure, or brochure.
Brochure.
Don't say brochure. Nancy Ouma, say impetuous, impetuous, not impetus.
Impetuous.
Impetuous. That is when we talk of, being always in a hurry. I-M-P-E-T-U-O-U-S. Impetuous. Choice, not to us or tas. And then we come, Betty, to our surprise word for tonight. And this one I know. It's a common word locally, but many people talk of dosia, and some say dosia. That is wrong. When we are talking about a collection of important or crucial information about or on somebody or something, don't talk of a dossier or dossier. You say dossier, dossier, or dossier. The dossier. To compile a dossier, not dossier or dossier.
Okay.
That is the surprise word for tonight, Betty. Have you had dossier or dossier?
Right. I've had so many variations of that word. I'm happy that you've tackled it tonight.
Well, it happens, Betty, as I always say, let English be English, let Kiswahili be Kiswahili, and any other language. The importance or essence of any language on earth is communication, Betty. But grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation, very crucial. Now, we have two words here. One is about an amount of something like medicine, or when we talk of a drug. That is, the amount that is taken at a time. So D-O-S-E, don't say a dose. Z, no. Say dose. A dose of the drug. A dose. Dose. With what we call the voiceless sound, s, dose. But the lower word, Betty, you say now doze. That is a verb. That is to sleep slightly, usually for a short time. You say to doze. Doze. That is D-O-Z-E.
Those.
And that is all from Kisumu for tonight, Betty.
Interesting, Willis. Thank you so much for those words. Of course, Friday Briefing is a class on its own. Mind your language there. Willis, the word master. Remember that you can catch him on his Twitter handle at Willis Ochieng1. Right, Willis?
Thank you, Betty, and it's always my pleasure being here because, you know, getting it right when it comes to pronunciations is a way of ensuring that you deliver intended messages clearly, especially in careers of serious communication. I would repeat, at Willis Ochieng1. That is on Twitter.
1. Okay. All right. Willis, the word master, they're saying deliver and not deliver. That's why we wrap up Mind Your Language tonight. Remember, you can talk to him on that Twitter handle at Willis Ochieng1, or you can just wait for next Friday when we're going to have him here on Friday Briefing. So I want to take